have been trying now for an hour
เปิด
to
เข้าไป
get Bournemouth to play the game at their pace. We might now start to see that happen. It's up to Bournemouth to make something happen. Pressurize, churn anything you can into an attack. Because if you get Arsenal to play their own game, naturally only one thing happens.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree with you. I know they're leading, so it might seem a bit daft. Senesi's almost made a complete hash of that long ball forward. I know it might seem a bit daft because they are a goal up, but don't be surprised if we see Saka and Trossard come on sooner rather than later. I think the reason why Arteta went for Martinelli and Madueke this evening is because he knew there was going to be space in behind. Yes, probably to rest Trossard and Saka as well, given the good form that they've been in recently. But because he knows there's going to be space behind, play the ones who are a bit more direct, play the players who are a little bit more pacey, and that's exactly what Madueke and Martinelli have done. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Trossard and Saka a little bit more conservative on the ball. Come on, I think Mikel Merino's a surefire to enter the fray at some point this evening, and then Gabriel Jesus as well, just to keep a hold of the ball as well, a little bit better than Victor Gyökeres. They, I think, are the options for Arsenal. I think if you're Antonio Raiola and Bournemouth, I think Eli Junior Krupi will be on at some point this evening, that's for sure. And somebody like Amin Adli or Enezu Nels, if you just join up with that front four and just try and add a little bit more energy, I think that will come sooner rather than later. So I think Arsenal are readying their first change.
Yeah, you are. I was going to say Gabriel Jesus could be a straight swat. I find it hard to judge Gyökeres. I think he has been a big flop overall. He could easily be a second season sort of player where he just gets used to the speed, and he's never played at a level as intense as this. He gets his goals. He try and get to double figures. And come back next season. We'll get back on this point because Zubimendi has escaped pressure. Out to Odegaard he goes towards Madueke. Martinelli's tucked in from the other flank. Here is Madueke trying to attack. He drops the shoulder, not once but twice. Truffert takes it from him. Odegaard picks up the pieces. He's got Rice to his left. He ignores him for now. Here is Madueke. Puts the ball in. Headed away by Hill. Rice tries to pick it up and goes and clears it out to the far touchline where Madueke will actually pick it up. There's still a Bournemouth player down, by the way. That's after Kluivert tried to take Zubimendi off the ball. He picked up an injury. But yeah, going back to my point about Gyökeres, you said it 10 seconds before we confirmed that Gabriel Jesus is coming on. It's got to be a straight swat. But he still hasn't had a shot in the penalty area, Gyökeres. He hasn't had the service that a number 9 like him needs.
Yeah, what I get from Gyökeres, maybe just slightly lesser extent, but what I get from Gyökeres is what I got from Lukaku at Chelsea, is there is clearly a very, very talented footballer there. You do not score that many goals in any division if you're not a talented footballer, if you're not, and in the Champions League as well. We saw it with Lukaku at Inter Milan, and we've seen it with Gyökeres at Sporting Lisbon. The problem is they then get brought in Lukaku's case, to play as this target man, this player who's going to hold the ball up and he's going to, link players up because he's a big physical presence. And that was never his game at Inter Milan. His game was always to run in behind at Inter Milan. And he was able to do so because he was stronger than the defenders in Serie A, and he could turn his man and he had the pace. Gyökeres' game at Sporting Lisbon was to turn the defenders and run in behind. Arsenal are never going to have that space to run in behind. So I don't that's where I'm a little bit confused, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think at the time he was the right signing. I think a lot of people thought the same thing. He's a player who plays on transition, and he's not going to be afforded those opportunities at Arsenal. And I think the sooner they get Kai Havertz back, the sooner I think we start seeing Arsenal back beating teams by 3 or 4 goals rather than just the 1 or 2, as we now see the triple change for the Gunners. And just as I mentioned, Trossard, Jesus and Saka on. Off comes Gyökeres, Martinelli and Madueke. I think we may also about to be seeing Kluivert lead the field of play. No, it's David Brooks who's coming off, and I believe that's Amin Adli coming on. Indeed it is. So the number 21 on for Bournemouth. I think Kluivert may be okay to carry on, but it did look a bit of an awkward fall for the Dutchman.
Yeah, it did. So Arsenal sending on the firepower. I mean, some subs there you can make when you bring on.
เอาเว้ยจะไม่จะซุปคุยสากาทอซาโอ้เป็นเหมือนที่พี่นี่เป๊ะเลยว่ะพี่พี่นี่บอกเลยว่ะ
Nearly 70 minutes. You tune your team into another dimension, try and get them on the attack. I mean, Adli on for David Brooks for a new opportunity for Bournemouth in that attack of theirs. Let's see if they can get anything going as Saliba looks to attack and plays on the front foot. It's into Zubimendi. forward run from him, but he steps back with his first touch. That's just to get away from trouble. It was a smart idea from him. Here's Odegaard looking for an avenue to attack as well, and he's just going to dance around his Odegaard looking for a forward pass. Timber picks it up from him. No, Timber makes an inside run out to Nkapie, out to the left for Trossard, and Trossard tries to play it forward. It's bounced off the legs of Jimenez, and Trossard can now look forward with a throwing opportunity. But again, this is what Luke tried to refer to within a minute of the first set of time wasting. It isn't time wasting by saying on blatant. It's just managing the game, and a left winger shouldn't have to take a throw in if the left back is nearby, but they're making sure that all boxes are ticked as the ball is played back to Gabriel into Zubimendi. Rice dropping in as the quarterback of the midfield to look for an avenue to keep this Arsenal team in possession. We said it at the first half, Bournemouth's pressurising has certainly dropped. They're not as in the face of Arsenal. You have to try and pick their moments. Here is Saka from a beautiful ball out wide. Saka gets the head down, taken off the ball by Adley, who's going to try and find a way through. He plays the ball off Gabriel Jesus. It'll be a goal kick, and a perfect time to hand over to Luke at Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2. It isn't the second half we expected in terms of end-to-end tussles, but I still think there's a real possibility we get more drama, Luke.
Yeah, I think so. Cheers, Tom. I think this has certainly got more goals in it, whether that's Arsenal killing it off or whether that's Bournemouth causing a little bit of an upset. Just a reminder, they haven't won since the end of October, the Cherries. And Tom mentioned it in the first half. I think a lot of people forget because of how good of a
บุคลิกเป็นออกกาเบรเจสุดใช่พี่
They are
เปลี่ย
creeping
นเถอะ
closer and closer to that bottom three. I'm not suggesting at the moment they're in a relegation battle, but they do have to mind the gap towards the bottom, as we're now going to see a first yellow card for time wasting as Martin Zubimendi kicks the ball off of the advertising hoardings back into play while Bournemouth try to take a quick throw in. So that's just one to keep an eye on if you're Mikel Arteta. The last thing you can afford is somebody like Zubimendi getting suspended for a needless red card for time wasting. You have got the options of Christian Norgard and Mikel Merino on the bench if he is needed to be brought off, the Spanish midfielder. And Senesi now for Bournemouth is going to look to launch a long ball forward. It's headed down well by Adley towards Evan Nielsen, who hits the deck under contact from
อย่าลืมนะเพื่อนกดไลค์กดแชร์ให้หน่อยนะเพื่อนกด Subscribe หน่อยเมื่อกี้ขอใครนะมันหลุด
Urian Timber down the Arsenal right. He's been brought down, and the referee pulls it back for a free kick. Much to the distaste of Andoni Iraola and Alex Scott. I don't think it was Scott that gave away the free kick. Chris Kavanagh just having a word and explaining the decision. Just having a look at a replay of it now. I'm not sure I see a foul in there, I'll be honest. But either way, play will continue now as Arsenal come forward. Saka just going to lay it off to Timber. Timber back over onto the far side for Odegaard. Odegaard, lovely ball in behind for Saka, who will get there. And he'll find Declan Rice. And there's the game at 3-1. There's no coming back from this for Bournemouth. It's Rice with his second of the game. 70 minutes gone. It's superb from Martin Odegaard again. This time, Bukayo Saka providing the assist with a lovely run in behind. I think there's more Bournemouth could have done to stop this goal. But ultimately, it will be Arsenal. I feel now to take all 3 points back to North London.
It's huge, this. I mean, not many expected him to start. Yes, he travelled, but a few days ago, his swelling was that bad on the knee. He couldn't feature against Aston Villa. 2 days later, he's got 2 goals. I mean, what a man for this club. Bukayo Saka celebrates for his marvellous play.
พี่เล่นสูงไว้เหรอ
It's Arsenal now in cruise control. They just find a way. Good teams do. When you're a title winner, you find a way, and they've got key personnel out there. I mean, to bring Bukayo Saka off the bench is an unbelievable move. Bournemouth a bit lazy in defence. They play a bit of a makeshift back line. There's no structure to it. He's onside.
ยิงดีกันไล่อีกแล้วดีกันไล่อีกแล้วครับ 2-1
penalty box of Bournemouth, and he just plays it into his teammate. And as you said, could the defender
สุดยอดครับ
Yeah, so the initial problem for me is the positioning of James Hill, who does play Bukayo Saka onside. Yes, James Hill should read the line, but I look at this back four this evening, and there's not a leader to organise that back four, in my opinion. Then as the ball comes to Bukayo Saka, Georgi Petrovic should not be rushing out there. And if he is going to rush out, he's got to commit straight away to try and dive at the feet of Bukayo Saka, which would disappoint me if I'm Andoni Iraola. And the final bit of play, you've got to say somebody else has done better. Alex Scott, again, far too deep inside the penalty area. He's caught ball watching, he panics, and he runs into the penalty area, into the 6-yard box, I should say, and just allows the space to open up for Declan Rice for his easy finish into the back of the net. 3-1 Arsenal. There's just over 15 minutes to go. Independent off-tube studio-based commentary. Bournemouth will still go for it, but that will, of course, open up the space a little bit more for Arsenal on the counter-attack as Bukayo Saka trying to latch onto that long ball forward. It has been gathered, though, in midfield by Alex Scott, who I'm a really big fan of the Bournemouth number 8. It has to be said. I've said since he signed from Bristol City that he will play for England at some point if he can stay fit. Unfortunately, from his point of view, he hasn't been able to stay fit, and he's not exactly had his best game this evening, shall we say. And, well, he'll be frustrated with the way that goal has come about, as Zubimendi's done brilliantly well to win a goal kick there, firing the ball off of Tavernier as he looks to put pressure on. But, Tom, where do Bournemouth go from here? Because, as we've mentioned twice now, they are now without a win since the end of October. They face Tottenham at home next time out before a trip to Newcastle in the FA Cup, and then there's tricky ties against Brighton and Liverpool. You start to wonder, do they go up until February without a win?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard that. I think many thought just closer to home in what I was looking at that Leeds wouldn't win in December, and yet their record proves you can turn it around quickly.
3-1 นะครับพี่น้องครับ
The issue, Luke, is that they're all about selling their best player.
3-1 แล้ว
Junior's come on as well as Lewis Cook, by the way. So you
เป็นแค่ไลฟ์กูกดไป2แล้วครับเพื่อน
The FA Cup, do they go a bit more stronger than they need to?
ไลฟ์เล่นไป2แล้วอ่ะทีเนี้ยเอาไงอ่ะ
Triple change. Clivert's got Evan Nilsson off for Cook, Unal, and Krupa Jr. Yeah, do they use the FA Cup as a launch pad to try and get a win on the board? But it's huge, isn't it? Every report says they're selling Semenyo.
Yeah.
They're going to get the money in that they can. Of course, they've got no power in it with the fact it's a release clause. They've got to try and use that money quite wisely, because of all teams getting dragged into this, they are the ones that 29 away goals is a massive worry. And then if you're selling your best player, how can you look at that positively? I think they are a risky bet. If they think at any point they're not in a fight, they're very, very much wrong. Yeah. I know the gap's big. There's 5 months of the season left.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I am baffled week in, week out with the back four selection. I mean, I look at the bench and I'm seeing Bafode Diakite sitting there, and he must be thinking, James Hill's not really a centre-half. And Marcus Senesi, week in, week out, is making errors leading to goals. What does he have to do to get a start? When I've seen him play, he's been fantastic. I know they've got injuries and they are missing some players, but I think he has to be starting week in, week out. And that, to me, solves at least some of the issues in terms of the sheer amount of goals they're conceding. They have got an opportunity now from the free kick over on the far side. It'll be Lewis Cook to take it with his first touches since coming on. It's a terrible delivery, easily headed away by Gabriel Jesus. Still, though, Bournemouth will try and come forward. Tavernier will just lay it off to Krupi Jr. Back to Tavernier. That's a nice ball into midfield. Cook now. Krupi Jr. Oh, what a goal! They are well back in this now, Bournemouth. Out of nowhere, Eli Krupi Jr., who is having a phenomenal season for Bournemouth in his first campaign off the bench. Excellent strike, his 6th league goal of the season, and that's one of the best of the lot.
Brilliant. It really, really is. It's some hit. Cook tees him up. It doesn't matter, though. It's not a pass where you think, oh, he's going to score from this. It's just a simple inside pass from the captain into Cooper Jr. I won't even say they stand off him. He's just that decisive. The defenders can't do much. It's the midfielders that are out of place. It's an absolute rocket. If Raya dives, he's got no chance. No. He really hasn't. And I said it to you earlier about, I think they need 4. Just because of how Bournemouth play, I think Arsenal need 4 goals. At 4-1 to go, right, the game's over. At 3-2, the vitality will now go, come on, we've got to fight for a point here. We're on a terrible run. What is to say that they can't unsettle them? Because if they've had a breather for 10 minutes, they've both put some subs on.
Ying!
Some crucial goals this season. Eli Krupi Jr.
กูยิงสวยด้วยเพื่อนเอาละครับเพื่อน2-3เย็ดเข้ยิงสวยกูยอมลูกนี้ยิงดีจริงเพื่อนกูยิงดีจริงนี่ครับพี่จักรินบอกบอลมัดไล่มา2-3แล้วโอ้ยยิงสวยจ้าทาวเนียเปิดไปให้เนี่ยลุยส์คุณเปิดเข้าไปแล้วโอ้โหคูปี้ยิงเต็มข้อล่อเต็มแข้งพุ่งอย่างนี้เซฟไม่ทันหรอกเพื่อนบอลแม่งโอ้โหลูกนี้สวยจริงครับยอมครับยอม
Yeah, just thinking that myself when you were making that point. Bournemouth won the ball back from nowhere. Arsenal should have dealt with it miles better. There is a real spring in their step. This is where the characters switch on. Don't fall asleep because you know this is a game. This is a team 4-4 against Man United, 2-2 against Chelsea. They don't value teams by their stature. It's just an all-out attack, and it's what it will be for the next 12 minutes.
Yeah, opportunity again from the corner. Lewis Cook to swing it in. It's not a great delivery, but it's I thought had gone in there for a moment. Raya looked unsettled as the ball flew towards the side netting. It hit the net, and all of a sudden the net was rustling, but just at the wrong side of the post. Not a great ball in at all there from Lewis Cook, but Bournemouth very much putting the pressure now on Arsenal. Again of that goal from Eli Krupi Jr. I don't think Raya's getting anywhere near it. I don't think he gives himself the best chance to get near it, the Spaniard, but Bournemouth won't care one bit, given they're back into this one. It looks as though they've now gone 2 up top with Unal and Krupi Jr. And it looks as though I guess it's a 4 in midfield. It looks as though it's a flat 4-4-2 really for Bournemouth now with Tavernier and Cook in the midfield. Semenyo and Kluivert either side. No, Kluivert went off, didn't he? It will be. In fact, Adley will be over on the far side. It's a flat 4-4-2 really for the Cherries now. And to be fair, they've got the players to do it. It's Jimenez wins the ball back high up there off for Trossard, and then that's poor from Cooper Jr. He just flattens the Belgian international as he tries to skip away. But again, worrying signs for Arsenal as a yellow card is given to the Bournemouth substitutes for that challenge on Trossard. Trossard's just going to play that ball back to centre half, no, and just allow Arsenal to settle. Instead, he's inviting the pressure, does well to win the free kick, but they're almost asking for trouble here.
Yeah, just a little bit. Brash, isn't it? There's no need to be trying to keep it. In some areas, I understand it. Try and take the pressure off your defenders, give them a bit more breathing space. And Martin Odegaard's day is done. I would suggest it'd be Marino or Marino, just to try and shore things up. More defensive, height. That we identify Marino as a bit more of a shield, and yet he played 9 for 2 months. But yeah, Odegaard's not the man you want for a defensive scrap. Physicality. And of course, it's just an extra set of ideas and legs off the bench, and they need that, as you say, just speed it up a little bit. Even if you speed it up, to give it back to Raya to let him launch it. Yeah. If Trossard falls over there, Cooper Jr.'s got the ball on the edge of the box. Like as you say, just get rid. Especially for the next 5 minutes.
อายุ19เงินเพื่อนคูปี้เนี่ยแต่ไม่แน่นอนสิ
under pressure just for the next few minutes, which they did in the first half, by the way. Just try and wrestle the initiative back.
Yeah,
ลูกยิงสวยจังเด็กอายุ19
game management involves a little bit more than taking 20 seconds over every throw, and as Hincapié will
โอเดการ์ดออกครับเพื่อนดูเกมมูริโน่ลงอ่ะ
and this time Rice is going to wind up to launch this one into the
เอเซ่กูจะไม่ได้ลงอีกแล้วหวานเพื่อน
straight away. Nicolas Jova is off the bench.
เอเซ่ไม่ได้ลงอยู่
Plays in towards the box. Antonio Iraola cuts a frustrated figure on the sideline. He wants Arsenal to hurry up. He's one of those managers who is always in the ear of the fourth official, is Antonio Iraola, and he'll feel that these are very much time-wasting tactics from Arsenal. But Rice winding up to launch this one long into the box towards the near post. It's flicked on by Gabriel, but nobody there to attack it, and it's cleared away well by Bournemouth, who now will challenge Zubimendi. The Spaniard will nod it back towards Bournemouth's penalty area, and eventually the Cherries will launch long down the near side, who now will put the pressure on Rice, so will go all the way back to David Raya. 81.5 minutes gone at the Vitality. It's independent off-tube studio-based commentary. It's Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 3. Arsenal absolutely desperate for the 3 points as they look to try and extend the gap at the top of the table. It's worth remembering that Aston Villa did win the early kickoff against Nottingham Forest by 3 goals to 1. So as things stand, there is a 6-point gap between Arsenal and Aston Villa. If Arsenal were to drop points in this one, all of a sudden it's just a 4-point gap, and with Manchester City still yet to play tomorrow, the gap could close yet further. Long ball sent down the line for the Gunners, which Bukayo Saka will chase. Tavernier will win. Saka, I think, initially wanted a foul, but he wasn't going to get it, and Tavernier does well to find Fair, who will in turn fire it down the line to Amin Adli. He'll then just go back to Tavernier, who's dropped very deep to pick up the ball. He'll then link up with Lewis Cook, who's showing a bit of energy since coming off the bench. He'll then feed Menu, I should say, sorry. He'll go back to James Hill. I think if there was any doubt that Semenyo was departing Bournemouth in the next couple of weeks, I think today probably says all you need to know, because and now this is no disrespect to Semenyo, I'm not questioning his professionalism, but I think in an ordinary scenario, Semenyo's grabbing this game by the scruff of the neck and he's, you know, looking to try and take on some plays. He's been anonymous in this second half so far. I'll bring Tom in a second, because here's Enezu now trying to come forward for Bournemouth. He's been held up well. Trufair, though, will look to try and play it down the line. Adley hits the deck, as does Salib. What's the referee given here? I think he's given a free kick against Arsenal. Indeed, he has. And that's the decision I thought was going to come eventually. And I think that's a good decision from Chris Kavanagh.
Yeah, I didn't see what was wrong at first. Yeah, replay, I don't see much wrong either. I don't think there's much in that personally from Timber, but the fact it's from behind at real speed, referee's seen it differently. He doesn't get a second replay like we do. Doesn't look as bad as on the replay it did in the flesh, I don't think. You may disagree, but the main thing is it's a great opportunity this for the Cherries.
It is. Cook swings the ball in towards the back post, and that's well, that great opportunity is gone, shall we say, as the ball's plucked out the air by David Raya under no pressure from anybody in red and black. Hincapié now driving down the line for Arsenal, feeds Leandro Trossard, who was supposedly fouled there by Alex Jimenez, and at least we're seeing a bit of consistency from Chris Kavanagh, because if the earlier one was a foul that Tom thought wasn't, that one was also a foul as well, which I think probably we both agree also possibly wasn't.
I think that's
เดี๋ยวร้อนตอนนี้หนาวเยอะอะไรกันวะเนี่ย
which I don't think is a free kick. It's more of a free kick than that.
Yeah.
He just falls over. Semenyo was putting him under pressure after
แต่ผมว่าเสื้อปีนี้มันก็สวยนะแต่ผมว่าเสื้อปีนี้สวยกว่าที่มันมีคาดทองบนหนักเนี่ยแล้วก็หน้าเป็นสีแดงโลโก้เป็นสีแดงตรงนี้เป็นสีทองอ่ะเนี่ยไอ้ตัวเนี้ยน่าจะเป็น23-24นะพี่เนี่ยตัวเนี้ยผมชอบตัวนี้นะสวยดีเนี่ยตัวนี้เนี่ยปี2025-26ใช่ไหมเนี่ยตัวเนี้ยไม่ค่อยสวยนะผมว่าตัวนี้สวยกว่าที่ผมซื้อมาจากที่สนามเพื่อนที่ป้าผมซื้อมาให้จากสนามนี่อันนี้แฟนซื้อให้มันซื้อให้ก่อนปีใหม่ฮะมันซื้อมาเซอร์ไพรส์ผมอันนี้แฟนซื้อให้แต่ผมว่าปีนี้สวยกว่าแล้วก็สีขาวสวยแต่ว่าถ้ามันแปดเซลว่าจะหาซื้อสีขาวมาเก็บไว้นะปีนี้เดี๋ยวรอมันใกล้จบฤดูกาลก่อนมันจะลดเยอะไง
as he was getting closer to goal, like the swerve on the ball was very unusual. Whether it took a touch, we didn't see it. We might need a replay to confirm it. I'm not sure if it's a big enough chance to get a replay. But Mikel Arteta is screaming the instructions.
เอาเพื่อนเหลือ5 นาทีเว้ยมาลุ้นกันอาร์เซนอลต้องชนะนะเพื่อนไม่ชนะแย่เลยนะนัดนี้
But the stats don't suggest total domination. Yes, possession-wise, but shots on target-wise, Luke, Arsenal have only had one more.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a really finely balanced game, you feel. And a thriller from a neutral's point of view.
ให้น้องซาก้าพักไปบ้างนะใครเล่นไม่ดีก็พักไปบ้างแต่บริการเล่นดียิงMourinho
for the Cherries. You feel there's going to be a decent amount of added on time as the ball finds its way to Trossard straight towards goal. He's blocked by Jimenez and out of play for a corner over on the far side. 86.5 minutes are gone. I'd expect at least 4 added on at the end of this game. As Arsenal are going to set still, despite the game situation, send the big boys up from the back. Timber, Gabriel and Saliba all up for this corner over on the far side. Chris Kavanagh, I think, telling Arsenal to hurry up with this one. Bukayo Saka's going to do that thing where he rolls the ball on the ground a good 3 times as Rice barks over some instructions. He now eventually places it down, takes some steps back as it will be an in-swinger with the left boot off Saka from the far side. Gabriel just organising the plays in the 6-yard box. Saka will swing this one in. It's towards the back post. The header won by Marino, not directed towards goal though, and cleared away well by Amin Adli. Now a chance for Bournemouth to step out, although they're hardly rushing out of their own penalty area here. The Cherries, as Trossard will fire one over to the far side. Again, he gives the ball away. An opportunity for Bournemouth to come forward. Eli Junior Krupi almost gives the ball away in his own penalty area, but Bournemouth play out nicely. Jimenez trying to skip away from Trossard, loses out to the former Brighton Hove Albion man. And here come Arsenal once more. It's Marino firing it over onto the far side for Bukayo Saka. One-on-one with Trufair. Krupi Junior will come back to help out fellow Frenchman.
เพื่อนอีก3 นาทีครับก่อนทดเวลา
Looking to get it on his left foot, does get it on his left foot. Saka with the efforts, never looks settled. Bukayo Saka, Trufair again struggling to stop players getting inside of him, but ultimately he's not punished on that occasion, and the ball is over the crossbar. But Arsenal, the coaching staff for Arsenal looking a little bit more and more concerned every time the camera pans to them.
Yeah, I can see why. I think it's more of a case of keeping their players on it. I don't think it's desperation levels from them. They're not under heaps of pressure. And arguably they've had 2 or 3 big efforts since conceding a second. Saka just gets his execution wrong. But I think they'll get to 90 minutes here, Arsenal, and it's a case of digging in. We haven't had a massive amount of stoppage time, i.e. VAR checks, injuries. So you've just got the allocated subs. They have Saka. I still expect at least
ซาก้าย้อนไปที่ยูเลียนทิมเบอร์ซาก้าสวยซาก้าไปยิงนะว่ายิงว่าแล้วไอ้สัตว์ไม่มีผิดยิงตลอดไอ้หนุ่ม
by the Bournemouth substitute. Referee says no foul. It is a shocker. He's held on to his leg there as Lewis Cook, just as Gabriel's done that to Enezu now, except this time the Turkish international will get the free kick. I can't believe Gabriel Jesus has not been given a free kick for that. I mean, it's terrible from Lewis Cook. He just invites him towards goal. You have to send him on the outside there, and ultimately Arsenal very, very unfortunate as Petrovic has launched that ball a good 10 yards further forward than the foul was actually committed. And it's a good opportunity now for Bournemouth just to launch this one forward through their goalkeeper.
ไหลนี่สุดยอด
He is directing Petrovic just to where he's
ไม่มี
supposed to
แค่ไหล
kick the
นี่
ball.
แย่
He's
แต่
not
พวกเรา
kicked it very far. So unless he forced to just hook it back towards the penalty area, Arsenal can deal with it pretty easily as it's gathered in midfield now by Tavernier. Tavernier into midfield for Senesi, back now for Alex Jimenez. Jimenez will launch it over onto the far side, header won by Adley, back towards the penalty area, and Arsenal should get it clear. It'll be 6 minutes added on at the end of this game, as there's a foul and a yellow card being brandished here. Is that Amin Adli that's picked it up? I believe it is. I'm not entirely sure what the foul and the yellow card is for, but there's an Arsenal player struck on the floor.
Yeah, he caught Marino late. Marino went down.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, he could have quite easily pulled out that, Amin Adli, and yellow card is the correct decision from Chris Kavanagh. This is the Moroccan's first yellow card of the season. He's not exactly been ever present in this Bournemouth side. He's not shown a huge amount in this game, although I always feel when he comes on for Bournemouth, he does show a decent amount of energy, but nothing really quality-wise of note in the final third. There's a long free kick sent forward there by David Raya. Is gathered by Trufair. Almost loses out to Saka. Does lose out to Jesus. Inside the penalty, straight towards goal. Is saved well by Petrovic. A save though you'd expect him to make. And he wants to get the ball down quickly. He will get it to James Hill, who will step forward into the midfield. Cuts it back inside now for Senesi, who will launch a long left-footed ball over the top that's been cut out well by Saliba. Now a chance for Rice to come forward. Here's Trossard. Trossard now onto the near side for Jesus. Trying to get away from Hill. Does get away from Hill, but he's then tackled well by Jimenez, who takes the ball away from Trossard. Brilliant from the Spaniard. And here he goes now driving down the Bournemouth right-hand side. Wants to play a ball in behind, looking through now. That's been intercepted expertly by Hincapié. Rice now has the ball back and Arsenal can kill some time in midfield. Here's Mikel Merino. Finds Leandro Trossard, held up well by Cook, but he skips away far too easy there from Amin Adli. Here now is Zubamendi. Fires it over onto the far side for Bukayo Saka. 2 minutes of the 6th have already been played. Bournemouth running out of time. Arsenal doing well to get the ball down the other end of the field. Saka one way, then the other, trying to get away from Truffert. Rice is there waiting. So is Marino. Marino now edge of the 18-yard box. Will lay it off to Hincapié. Hincapié balling with his left boot. It's not a bad one. It's been hugged into the sky by Hill and gathered well by Georgie Petric, who again wants to bowl the ball out quickly and does bowl it out quickly to Marcus Tavernier. He lays it off onto the left-hand side for Amin Adli. Decent ball down the line, looking for Krupi Jr., but the interception is made and Arsenal can get it clear once more through to the hands of Georgie Petric. He bowls it out in front of him. We'll lay it off to Marcus Senesi. Senesi needs to move the ball forward quickly. Bournemouth have not had enough time in the Arsenal penalty area to cause the back four any sort of problems in the last 10 minutes or so, you'd say. As Marino now picks the ball up after the clearance from Gabriel was brought down well by Jesus. Here is Zubamendi driving into Bournemouth territory. Over onto the far side now, it's with Bukayo Saka. Saka now, one-on-one with Truffert. Trying to drive towards the byline, does well Bukayo Saka. And I believe he's won his side of corner in the process. Indeed he has. That's a really good play from Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, it's smart, isn't it? He's gone for a cutback, but the idea is he isn't going to shoot, because if he gets the cutback, he then gets the corner, which will take 30 seconds off the clock, allow his team to get a breather. I'm not 100% sure we're going to see Gabriel and Saliba go forward for it, if either. There's a job to do here. Roll up the sleeves, make sure they hold it in the corner perhaps. Saka is stepping back as if they are going for it, but no, here comes Gabriel Jesus. I have a feeling they're going to stay ridden in this far corner flag.
Yeah, sensible from Arsenal. Jesus will just hold off the chance from Marcus Tavernier. He's then given away a goal kick. He's saying that his shirt was pulled. I have to say that's got to be the most feeble effort of keeping the ball in the corner I've ever seen from Gabriel Jesus. He's expected a lot better. I'm surprised they didn't send Mikel Merino over to the corner given his physicality. But ultimately it was Jesus, and he's given away a goal kick which Petrovic will launch long in towards Arsenal territory. And now with the flick on, looking towards Krupi Jr. It's not dealt with brilliantly by Arsenal initially, and Bournemouth can send it back towards the penalty area, who now brings it down well. Then a challenge comes in from Amin Adli, and it's just going to bounce through to David Raya, who is then going to wait for the pressure to come from Amin Adli, who is then ran into Gabriel.
He's come off
worse here, and well, it's all a little bit awkward. He's signalling an elbow to Gabriel. I didn't notice an elbow on first viewing, Tom. We'll see from this angle now. But no, that to me just looks like Amin Adli's head-butted Gabriel's arm.
He's lost his mind, the young man.
He don't know what he's doing there.
He just headbutted Gabriel's arm. Yeah, that's exactly what he's done. In order to try and suggest he was elbowed. The desperation reeks across the Vitality Stadium. He's given them an opportunity to take another 30 seconds off the clock. Yeah,
really odd there from Amin Adli. And well, Arsenal will get the ball pumped long away from danger. That's a long ball forward from David Raya. Header won by James Hill. Tavernier then battling for it. It will eventually find its way through to Jesus, and we know where this ball is. Well, I thought I knew where that ball was going. I thought it was heading to the corner, but he just booted it out of play for a goal kick, which Petrovic will take quickly. 30 seconds left of the 6 added on. Bournemouth need to get it moving quickly. Senesi, long ball forward towards Antoine Semenyo. That's a really good flick on towards Krupi Jr., who will do well to find Truffert. Truffert now back to Senesi. Senesi will launch left foot the ball into the box. It's not a bad ball. It's headed away by Saliba. Adli then with an effort on the volley with his left boot. It's been blocked well by Yuri and Timber. And now this is last chance saloon. Long throw in to be sent into the box by Antoine Semenyo. Norgard is over there. I think I can only assume to put off the Ghanaian as he goes to send this one into the penalty area. Georgi Petrovic is up from in between the sticks, so it is very much Bournemouth going to salvage a point right with the initial header away, only as far as Semenyo, and Chris Kavanagh won't let him send the ball back into the box. Huge 3 points for Arsenal. They come back from a goal down to win by 3-2. Goals from Declan Rice and Gabriel. The difference between the two sides. Eli Junior Groupie made things awkward for Arsenal at the end, but at full time it's finished Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 3.
เย็นนะบอลมัดไม่เอานะ3-2เล่นไปยิงโอ้โหเอาเพื่อนโอกาสสุดท้าย
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget when the match kicks off, you can sit back.
เรียบร้อยเพื่อนอาร์เซนอลเราชนะว่ะชนะอาร์เซนอลเราชนะสุดยอดต้องอย่างนี้สิวะอาร์เซนอลโอ้โหจบเกมครับ90นาทีเราชนะขอบคุณครับอาร์เซนอลเรายังอยู่ที่1เหมือนเดิมเพื่อนก็อาร์เซนอลนะครับเพื่อนๆได้ประตูแรกนะครับพูดผิดเกมนี้นะครับบอร์นมัธแพ้อาร์เซนอลไป2-3นะครับก็ประตูแรกนะครับจากความผิดพลาดของกาเบรียล มาการเยสนะครับก็เปิดจะส่งบอลให้เพื่อนนะครับแต่อีวาลิสันนะครับนี่ไปได้ไปตัดบอลไปได้นะทำให้ยิงโล่งๆเข้าไปครับนาทีที่10แล้วก็กาเบรียลนะครับมาแก้ตัวได้นะครับยิงตีเสมอให้อาร์เซนอลนะครับนาทีที่16แล้วหลังจากนั้นนะครับนาทีที่54ที่แคไลท์นะครับยิงประตูนะครับก็เป็นจังหวะแอสซิสต์ของโอเดการ์ดนะครับแล้วก็นาที71บุกโยซาก้าก็มาแอสซิสต์ให้เดแคนไลท์อีกครั้งหนึ่งครับทำให้ตอนนั้นอาร์เซนอล3-1นะครับแล้วก็มาลูกยิงสุดสวยของคูปี้นะนาทีที่76ยิงแบบสวยจริงๆยอมรับว่าสวยมากนะครับยิงให้บอลมัดไล่มา2-3แต่ก็ทำอะไรไม่ได้ครับจบเกมอาร์เซนอลชนะไป 3-2 นะครับก็ยังอยู่ที่1เหมือนเดิมนะครับเพื่อนๆ20นัดอาร์เซนอลนะครับ20นัดมี48คะแนนนะครับชนะ15เสมอ3แพ้2นะครับยิง40นะครับเสีย14นะครับประตูได้เสียบวก26นะทำให้ตามที่2นะครับนำแอสตันวิลล่านะครับตามอาร์เซนอลอยู่6แต้มนะนี่แล้วก็มีพรุ่งนี้นะครับที่แมนซิตี้ถ้าแมนซิตี้ชนะจะมี44คะแนนนะครับแมนซิตี้จะเจอกับเชลซีนะเพื่อนสำหรับเดี๋ยวพรุ่งนี้เรามาดูกันพรุ่งนี้ยาวๆเลยเพื่อนเดี๋ยวพรุ่งนี้ครับพรุ่งนี้ผมจะไล่คู่แมนยูนะครับลีดกับแมนยูไนเต็ดแล้วก็4 ทุ่มฟูลแลมกับลิเวอร์พูลแล้วก็เที่ยงคืนครึ่งนะครับแมนซิตี้เจอกับเชลซีนะพรุ่งนี้เจอกัน3คู่นะประมาณนี้เดี๋ยวเรามาดูไอ้นี่กันก่อนดีกว่าเพื่อนเดี๋ยวเรามาดูว่าคู่ของเราเกิดอะไรขึ้นบ้างนะครับเพื่อนๆก็อัตราการครองบอลนะเพื่อนๆอาร์เซนอลครองบอลไป 57% นะครับบอลมัดครองบอลไปทั้งหมด 43% นะโอกาสยิงนะครับบอลมัด15นะเข้ากรอบไป3ส่วนอาร์เซนอลนะครับยิง12เข้ากรอบไป5นะอัตราการผ่านบอลนะครับบอลมัดผ่านบอลไปทั้งหมด334ครั้งผ่านบอลสำเร็จ257 77 ครั้งนะครับ 77%ตัวอาร์เซนอลนะผ่านบอลเป็นทั้งหมด458 ครั้งผ่านบอลสำเร็จ368%นะ368นะ80%นะครับอัตราผ่านบอลสำเร็จสำหรับอาร์เซนอลถือว่าน้อยนะผมว่าค่าเฉลี่ยของอาร์เซนอลคือ85ขึ้นครับอัตราการผ่านบอลนะครับเพื่อนๆเนี่ยครับลาย่ามีเซฟไป1 ครั้งแล้วก็ประตูของบอลมาเซฟไป2 ครั้งนะถือว่าบอลมัดครึ่งแรกเล่นดีจริงเพื่อนคือเรายอมรับจริงๆว่าครึ่งแรกบอลมัดเล่นดีมากๆเลยแต่อย่างว่าผู้เล่นของบอลมัดแผนการเล่นโอเคเลยนะของโค้ชของบอลมัดแต่ผู้เล่นจะมีวินัยในตลอด90 นาทีมันคงยากเพราะผู้เล่นเขาก็ไม่ได้ดีมากเท่าที่ควรนะเพื่อนๆครับมันเลยทำให้อาร์เซนอลเจาะกิดได้แล้วก็ยิงจากเสา2ได้ทั้ง2 ลูกนะเพื่อนๆแบบว่าดีแคไลท์พุ่งเข้ามายิงได้2 ลูกเลยเดี๋ยวเรามาดูนะครับเพื่อนๆมาดูกันว่าลาย่านะครับนี่สุดยอดวันนี้ลาย่าก็สุดยอดนะผมว่าเป็นคนที่เหนียวคนนึงแต่ลูกโดนยิงมันไม่ต้องเซฟอยู่แล้วทั้ง2 ลูกเพื่อนคือมันเซฟยากนะครับวันนี้กาเบรียลซิลวาก็โอเคมีจังหวะผิดพลาดเล็กๆน้อยๆนะครับของกาเบรียลนะทำให้เสียประตูเลยนะครับแล้วก็กาเบรียลแก้คืนได้แต่ทิมเบอร์ถ้าคู่นี้ยืนคู่กันยังไงอาร์เซนอลแม่งมีโอกาสชนะแบบสูงมากๆเอาพูดจริงๆเลยเพื่อนแบ็คขวาทิมเบอร์ไม่ต้องพูดถึงเล่นดีจัดนะจริงๆก็คิดถึงคาราเฟลลี่นะเพื่อนยังไม่มาเลยคาบิเอก็ลงมาเล่นแทนถ้ามีคาราเฟลลี่คนนี้คือเจ๋วเลยนะกองกลาง3 คนเดคไลท์ไม่ต้องพูดถึงแมนมัตโตแมตแน่นอนวันนี้ยิงไป2 ลูกนะครับชูเมนดี้ก็เล่นดีเพื่อนเล่นคุมเกมคุมจังหวะได้พอสมควรเลยได้ดีมากโอเดการ์วันนี้ก็โอเคครับมี1 แอสซิสต์ด้วยแต่จังหวะบางจังหวะก็ยังไม่เหมือนเดิมคือพูดจริงๆเลยแต่สมัยก่อนโอเดการ์คือดีกว่านี้เยอะนะครับเพื่อนๆหลังจากการเจ็บมามันก็ยังไม่เข้าที่เข้าทางเท่าไหร่แต่วันนี้ก็ยังน้อยก็มี1 แอสซิสต์นัดที่แล้วก็ยิงได้ด้วยใช่ไหมก็เรียกความมั่นใจได้กาเบรียล มาเตลลี่ก็หวาบ้างครับแต่ก็ไม่ได้สร้างความแตกต่างอะไรมากมายนะยังไม่ได้อะไรมากมายนะสำหรับกาเบรียลเนี่ยครับสัมผัสบอลไป25 ครั้งสัมผัสบอลในกรอบเขตโทษไปแค่เท่าไหร่วะเพื่อน2 ครั้งเองสัมผัสบอลในกรอบเขตโทษของบอลมาแค่2 ครั้งเองส่วนมาดูเก้โหลูกผมชอบมากเลยลูกที่ตีเสมอ1-1ลากเลื้อยเข้าไปโอ้โหแม่งสุดยอดจริงๆมาดูเก้มาดูเก้นี่เล่นดีนะเพื่อนแต่จังหวะสุดท้ายต้องพัฒนาอีกนิดนึงแต่ความสามารถเฉพาะตัวหรือการลากเลื้อยการกินตัวเนี่ยคือเยี่ยมนะครับสำหรับโยเคเลสลงเล่น66 นาทีโอกาสยิง1 ครั้งเท่านั้นเพื่อนสัมผัสบอลในกรอบเขตโทษไป4 ครั้งเลี้ยงบอลสำเร็จ1 จาก 3 ครั้ง 33% เองเสียบอลไป1 ครั้งจ่ายบอลเข้ามาในพื้นที่สุดท้าย1 ครั้งเองนะครับเสียบอลไป2 มงเนี่ยครับเพื่อนชนะการดวลทางอากาศ0 จาก 3 ครั้งชนะการดวลพื้น2 จาก 5 ครั้งเนี่ยเพื่อนสำหรับโยเคเลสยังมีคำถามอีกมากมายเพื่อนที่เราจะต้องพูดถึงโยเคเลสพูดจริงๆเลยเราต้องพูดถึงโยเคเลสอีกมากมายเลยว่าเขายังดีไม่พอนะสำหรับอาร์เซนอลในฤดูกาลนี้นะใช่ผมว่าต้องให้เขาอีกถึงจะยิงได้5 ลูกก็จริงเหอะแต่สำหรับโยเคเลสยังต้องพัฒนาอีกนะเพื่อนๆเอาจริงต้องพัฒนาแต่ผมว่าเขาเก่งได้แต่เขาต้องพัฒนาการเล่นกล้าตึงกล้านู่นกล้านี่กล้านั่นนะผมว่าเขาต้องพัฒนาอีกนิดนึงส่วนคนที่ลงมาสำรองนะครับอย่างกาเบรียล เจซุสก็ไม่ได้สร้างความแตกต่างอะไรมากมายก็ลงมาเก็บบอลนู่นนี่นั่นแทบจะไม่มีโอกาสยิงครั้งเดียวเพื่อนโอกาสยิงครั้งเดียวส่วนบุโยซาก้านะครับลงมามีหวือหวาก็แอสซิสต์ไปครั้งหนึ่งด้วยแล้วก็โอกาสยิงครั้งหนึ่งนะครับเพื่อนๆสัมผัสบอลไป19 ครั้งนะลงมาเนี่ยสัมผัสบอลในกรอบเขตโทษไป3 ครั้งเนี่ยครับ3 ครั้งส่วนทอสซาก็ลงมาก็หวือหวาแต่ก็ไม่ได้สร้างความแตกต่างอะไรมากมายแต่ก็มีส่วนสำคัญในการเปลี่ยนตัวทั้งกาเบรียล เจซุส บุโยซาก้าแล้วก็มิเกล โมเรโน่นะครับยิงเปลี่ยนมาเนี่ยทำให้ได้เลย ได้2 ลูกอ่ะใช่ไหมล่ะเพื่อนมิเกล เมเรโนลงมาก็ลงมาเปลี่ยนเกมไม่ได้มีอะไรมากมายนะครับก็ประมาณนี้ไม่ได้มีเนื้อมายครับอาร์เซนอลเราอยู่ที่1เหมือนเดิมนะครับนำห่างอยู่6คะแนนเดี๋ยวเราไปว่ากันคืนพรุ่งนี้นะครับว่าซิตี้จะชนะเชลซีหรือเสมอเชลซีหรือแพ้เชลซีได้หรือไม่นะครับพรุ่งนี้เรามาแช่งซิตี้กันแล้วก็เชียร์เชลซีกันนะแฟนบอลอาร์เซนอลลอนดอนเหนือตอนนี้ย้ายไปที่ลอนดอนใต้ก่อนลอนดอนกลางก่อนย้ายไปเชียร์เชลซีกันก่อนแต่รู้ว่าพรุ่งนี้เชลซีจะดีหรือเปล่านะครับเปลี่ยนโค้ชไปแล้วด้วยใช่ไหมล่ะนะเชลซีเปลี่ยนโค้ชไปแล้วนะครับพรุ่งนี้นะเรามี3คู่นะครับลีดย้ำอีกครั้งนะพรุ่งนี้เรามี3คู่ลีดเจอแมนยูนะครับแล้วก็ลิเวอร์พูลฟูลแลมแล้วก็แมนซิตี้เจอเชลซีนะจะดูกันว่าพรุ่งนี้จะเป็นอย่างไรนะครับวันนี้ขอบคุณมากเพื่อนๆพี่ๆขอบคุณพี่ๆทุกคนมากที่เข้ามาดูเข้ามาฟังนะครับแล้วเดี๋ยวเราเจอกันคืนพรุ่งนี้นะวันนี้ตี 2:30แล้วนอนพักผ่อนกันดีกว่าเดี๋ยวเจอกันคืนพรุ่งนี้นะวันนี้ไปก่อนราตรีสวัสดิ์ฝันดีครับพี่ๆทุกคนนะฝันดีนะเพื่อนๆฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามด้วยฝันดีนะพี่ๆทุกคนบ๊ายบายวันนี้นอนหลับฝันดีแล้วอาร์เซนอลชนะ 3-2 โอเคเดี๋ยวผมจะตัดคลิปมารีแอคมาให้เพื่อนๆได้ดูนะครับเพื่อนๆก็ไปก่อนเพื่อนๆฝากราตรีสวัสดิ์ฝันดีครับพี่บ๊ายบายจุ๊บจุ๊บ